All right, that was Andy Weber reporting for us right now. A lot to process here to be able to talk about. So our chief legal analyst, Khalif Rhodes, joining us to this conversation. So just off the top right now, limiting the appointment power of the governor completely different than the way it was before in this bill. Kind of explain all this so we can kind of understand.
I mean, there's a number of things that they're limiting the governor, but let's hit on that last point right there where he said, I've been here for a while, and this is a large, I mean, you're talking about a state where courts have said in the past that you use surgical precision, this same General Assembly, to disenfranchise African-American voters. He was there when that happened. For him to say this is even bigger than that lets you know that there are some things in here that are problematic, at least for the Democrats. Let's go here to the governors. What they're doing right now with this process is they're attempting to limit the governor, or now I should say have limited the governor's ability to appoint Supreme Court justices and Court of Appeals judges. Specifically, the way it read before is if a person stepped down, if there was a vacancy, it said that the governor shall fill the appointment. Now it's added that the governor shall fill the appointment from a list of 3 qualified persons from the political party of the person that resigned. That's a major change. That's significant because before the governor could appoint who he wanted. He was the governor. The statute was pretty clear. You can appoint who you want to the seat. Now they have to list 3 people from that party, and he has to choose one of those 3. That's a major shift, another pulling up the power. But you got to go back and look at time. 2016, Republicans in North Carolina recognized a couple things. They weren't winning the judges' races on the higher end. They were losing a lot of those races because they were nonpartisan. Democrats were sweeping those races, had the majority in the Supreme Court. What did they do in Act in 2016? Make races partisan. Now we have a shift in the balance of the power in the Supreme Court. Now that we have partisan elections, now let's make sure that when they are in power, they're able to stay in power, because now you have to pick someone from that political party to fill those seats. It is definitely a move that's linked back to 2016.
All right, and there's a lot in there. I don't have it in front of me, but I know it's 131 pages, I believe. Anything else that really was surprising for you that as you were flipping through and reading the hard copy of what this bill entailed?
The biggest thing is, and I'd have to echo what they said in the piece, merging and blending together much needed relief for hurricane relief. I mean, you're giving them hundreds of millions of dollars, but also tucked away inside of the same thing is funding going to school choice. And so if you have dollars that are now going to be able to be using the voucher program, it's almost triple the amount that's being given to the hurricane relief. The dollar amounts, if you look at those numbers, it's almost triple the amount that they're giving for the voucher program as opposed to what they're giving to relief. And so if you're saying that this is a truly bill that's about hurricane relief, those numbers should be flip-flop. And you should be giving triple amount to the folks that much needed in the mountains that were just devastated during this time, not to a program that seems and looks like it's attempting to gut public schools.
It just seems like there was a lot inside there.
131 pages, that's more than a lot. That's something that typically you don't see things stuffed together from 5 and 6 different angles. Maybe 1 or 2 things stuck in there. This is a whole budget revised all in this one bill.
Khalif Rhodes, thanks so much for your insight. Appreciate it.